How will Zeus respond to the desecration of his monument? And who are the Furies? Welcome back. This is Sean's Take on Things. I am Sean Redmond. This is my take on Chaos, Episode 3, Season 1. This is your spoiler alert from here on out. I'll assume you've seen the episode or don't care if I spoil it. I will also use clips from the show as is allowed under the fair use provision of the copyright laws of 1976. Let's dig in. So the first thing that happens is we pull up to a gas station quickly. Guy jumps out of his car, runs in looking for the bathroom, and behind him comes three people on two motorcycles, one with a sidecar. Turns out they are the Furies, and the Furies, we hear Poseidon's voiceover letting us know that the Furies are as old as the gods, if not older, and they travel the world dispensing justice where they think it has been lacking. Their missions are aided by the fact that the only people that can see them are the people thereafter. So they go into the bathroom. The guy that's working the gas station doesn't see them go in, and they convince Terry what he needs to do, and Terry shoots himself in the head. The Furies check him off their list, turn the page on their tablet, and they say, see the next person they're off to dispense justice, 2 or 4, and say, this ought to be fun. Now, when they rolled up to the gas station as the episode opened, we were treated to the song Escape, often referred to as the Pina Colada song, but the song is actually called Escape. And of all of the times that song has been used, this is probably one of the more appropriate ones. The song is about not understanding or not seeing what's right in front of you, not knowing what you have till you lose it, that kind of thing. And it is called Escape while this guy is trying to run a Furies. I don't ever need to hear the song again. I didn't like it popular. I don't like it any better now, but I understand why they put it. We meet Ari. Ari is the third human. When Prometheus told us there would be 3 humans involved in this story, she is the third. Her father is President Minos of Crete, and she is his heir. Ari is also full of remorse for when she was a baby, she accidentally rolled on top of and killed her twin brother, Glaucus. I'm probably saying that. In despair, her mother has a wax statue created in the likeness of her dead son every year on their birthday, and she has Ari stand as the model since they were twins, but not identical. It's really kind of crazy. All of the ages and sizes of the waxworks are around the mother's, really kind of disturbing. President Minos wishes his daughter a happy birthday. Again, offers to get her any present she wants for her birthday, but she always refuses presents due to her guilt of killing her bodyguard is a man by the name of Theseus, and we do discover in this episode that it was in fact Theseus that gave the protesters access to the monument to allow it to be defaced. President Minos of Crete does sit down with Hecuba, the former queen of Troy. At this point, we've beaten Troy, and the Troy survivors are living as refugees, basically, in Crete. Minos, without doing a play-by-play, Minos does say that he knows it was the Trojan 7, and they have 6 of them, but he needs the 7th. And if Hecuba will give him the 7th person, he'll release the other 6 and just extract, suggesting that he knows who it is. Hecuba explains that they don't know who it is, blah, 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 blah. He does say that she has till midnight. If not, he'll release the Minotaur. He do get out onto a yacht. Of course, Poseidon is making a lobster, puts his hands right in the boiling water, pulls out the lobster, cracks it in half with his bare hands, serves it. Zeus tells him he needs to do something godlike to teach the humans a lesson. Poseidon tries to reason with him that, why does it bother you? You are the king of the gods. They're just humans. Why don't let it bother you? And finally, Zeus says, get your city in order. That's not a request. It's a command. And he vanishes back to leaving Poseidon. I'm not even sure what Poseidon did here. If you know what he did here, let me know in the comments. He looks at a spot on the boat that looks like it's a swimming pool on the yacht. And then he looks at the serving staff person and says, you like to swim, don't you? And then we see that person chained, sort of spread eagle, in the water of that pool above where Poseidon is sitting eating. I didn't get it. I don't know what that, if that's a reference to something, I missed it. Let me know. Just let me know what you that was. Ari, so Poseidon, well, let's see. Poseidon does go, I'm getting out of order. Well, we see Poseidon calls Hera to complain that Zeus is losing his mind. And then we cut to one of Hera's chapels or temples, or whatever we call them, where Hera is having sex with Poseidon. And she does tell him if he's asked for something, it's simpler. You're going to have to do it anyway. So now we know that they're having an affair. And just for everybody keeping score, this is Zeus and his wife, who's his sister. His wife, that's his sister, is cheating on him with his brother, her brother. Ew. Anyway, Poseidon goes to talk to Minos and appears to him in the chapel confessional, seems like, and says, get this done, or I have to visit retribution on your city. He tells Minos to kill all the Minos' daughter later asks dad to have mercy on the Trojans, and no one will expect it. The population will be pliant. Minos says the people can't be trusted, the Trojans, and that people in general cannot be trusted to vote for what's good for them. Authors. We did see Ari in a confessional confess that she thinks she wants to have sex with her bodyguard Theseus. So now we know that she really does like Theseus. Theseus offers to take Ari out. Ari is supposed to be a representative at the Orpheus concert, but she doesn't want to go. So he decides to take her somewhere else. And so she does, but to go incognito, he gives her some clothes. And it's like a football jersey. To me, it looks like a football jersey or similar. She actually says, do you have a dog? Did it die in this shirt? And they go to see what amounts to fights to the death. And we see a pretty good fight. The one fighter wins and is celebrating, but then is killed by the vanquished fighter who hadn't quite yet died, and then they both die. And the MC in the middle of the ring says, Theseus then takes Ari. I forget I forget the place where they go. It might be a shelter of some sort, like a women's shelter or an outreach program. But sort of in there is Nax, and he's the seventh, and he is Theseus's partner. So now Ari realizes that she's not only in contact with Trojan rebellion, the guy that she was going to try to seduce isn't interested, but she does assure Nax in the end that she will take him to the city and her father will pardon him because he's going to be her birthday present. And she does convince her father to have mercy, that's her present. We see them being released, but we also see Cassandra, Billie Piper's character, and screams at them to run because Poseidon had turned back up, threatened Minos more. The seven captured and hanged on the monument. Well, so I guess the way that actually went is Zeus, through his god viewer that looks like a television, sees the mercy on the Trojans that defaced his monument, is not happy, and calls Poseidon. And that's when we see Poseidon show up in Minos' bathtub with him. And then Minos sends the soldiers. Poseidon appeared and threatened him. Not before sort of washing his hair and putting conditioner in it. Kind of. Adding the conditioner might be fine. But he put shampoo in his hair and didn't rinse it. Just saying. So during this episode, we also see during conversations we go that Ari is being pursued by the Furies. She can see the Furies, and she's becoming concerned that they're coming for her for justice in the death of her brother. And at the end of this episode, Ari yells at her dad for killing the people that she promised to help. She storms away, walks into a room, and the Furies, and they say, we have to talk about it. And that's it. So we're really getting all the pieces together for this plot. We see that the gods do appear to people, and the idea that the Furies only appear to people that they're chasing suggests that the gods also could appear only to the people they choose to appear to. I don't know if I don't remember that from Greek mythology or not, but it could be true. Why not? So now that we have the third human introduced, I assume the next episode we will get more from Orpheus and Eurydice and Hades, the underworld. Because now that the pieces are all in, we're going to start moving toward whatever the end of this season's going. I don't know if it's going to be the Zeus's prophecy coming true, or prophecy being denied or where we're going. But I think we're going to start heading that way now. We've got all the pieces in place. I don't think we're going to follow any of the Greek mythology as they turned out. Orpheus and Eurydice. Orpheus went into Hades to get Eurydice in the original telling of the Greek mythology, and he made a deal, and Hades made a deal with him that if he can walk out of Hades with Eurydice behind him and never look back to check on her, he would let them. And as Orpheus was leading Eurydice out of the underworld, the fates were whispering in his ear doubts and all of them until he finally looked back. Eurydice was immediately taken back to Hades, and Orpheus was left to wander the earth alone forever. I don't think we're going to do that. I think Orpheus and Eurydice are going to serve a different kind of story here. I don't remember the renewal from mythology, so I think that's unique to this show. I suspect that that's going to be a big thing, or whatever it is. And why do you have to go out in the lake, submerge through the, what do they call it? If you remember the frame from Greek mythology, let me know. I don't recall it. But that's it. I think we're doing good. We're right in the middle, so we'll keep moving forward. I do think Jeff Goldblum is just crushing this part. I think he's doing a full job. He is a unique actor, and I think the quirkiness of his inflections and things are serving this character very well. What do you think? Who do you think is doing good work in this, and who's your favorite character so far? Who are you rooting for? But that's it. I want to see more of Cassandra because I'm a Billie Piper fan, and I love when she turns up in things. All right, so that's it. Come on back next time. Do hit the like button if you watched this far. If you're still here with me, please hit the like, thumbs up. It really helps get the channel pushed to more places so that more people will see the video. And if you've liked a few of my videos, consider subscribing, and I would really appreciate it. And if you've already subscribed, thank you. Subscribe. I can speak. If you have already subscribed to this channel, I thank you and I appreciate you being here. I mean that. But that's it for this episode. I'm Sean. This is Sean's Take. See you next time.